folks, Trapper Hat Johnny here. Today is April the 20th. A little cloudy out here today, but I finally got my lawn tractor tuned up for the grass cutting season. Did an oil change, changed the blades. Maybe next weekend I'll level out the deck because I'm hoping for next weekend to start cutting. So got all that done, and now Mrs. Trapper Hat and I, we're on our way to the store to pick up some food items. Spend more money on carbon tax. Costs more for carbon tax than it does for food. So there you have it. So I hope that you will like, share, and subscribe my video. And also, everybody out there, I'm wishing you a good day and be good to each other. Okay. Hey, guys in the truck, roll the tape. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to move on to the lawn tractor. So if you're wondering what this stuff here is, this is the roof for my house. Endura. I don't know, I'm sure some people out there have already heard of this product. I guess it's been around since probably the 50s, I would guess. It's actually an asphalt product, but it's got the profile of corrugated steel, like a barn roof. Very lightweight. I got all that. I got the other items that I need. However, I was short on my order because it wasn't in stock. 5 ridge caps of Endura product, the matching ridge caps, and the colored matching Endura screws. I was missing, there's 2 boxes short on that order. It's already been paid for. I'll get them when they come in. So this here is like $3,500 worth of stuff sitting right here. And I got to buy a little bit more, a few more items here and there as I begin this project. The flashing, the Endura flashing for this, 65 and change a piece. I don't know if you can see that through the plastic, but this is it here. Might be a little hard to see, but that's it there. $65 a piece just for the flashing. So now I'm gonna go on over to the riding lawnmower. I've been wanting to do this project for a couple of weeks now, but the weather, we've had nothing but rain, just nothing but rain. So what I'm gonna end up doing, I want to change the blades and do an oil change. YardMachines, very good. This is our 3rd season with this riding lawnmower. It's a 439cc engine. Looks like a pretty small engine, but so I'm going to be changing the blades, doing an oil change, oil filter change, because this actually has an oil filter on it. And these are the blades. So I got these off Amazon. I could get them from Home Depot. I could get them from Rona. However, when I got these, I was at work. I just went on Amazon. I saved about $10 maybe. But I also saved time and a half going into the store after work. I just want to get home. So I got this here. So, and the tools, this is a fairly simple job. It takes time, but it's simple. It's nothing you're going to be spending hours working on. And all you need, take your deck off. You need a pair of pliers and a screwdriver. That's all you need for that. Some metric sockets because of the bracket for the deck drive belt. You got to take the bracket off so you can take the belt off. Impact sockets and my impact wrench. My wife got me this, it's got to be about 10 years by now. A friend of mine had one, and this is going back several years ago, and I had to change the blade on my other lawn tractor, and he said, well, here, use my impact wrench. And I remember seeing these, I thought, I don't know how great these are. These things are like super powerful. They got a lot of power in them. I use them to change the wheels on cars and everything. So you buy one of these, you use it once, it's paid for itself. Okay. As you can see right now, it's getting a little cloudy again. I think it's supposed to rain this afternoon again. But we'll see how things go. I can get this project done. I got all this grass I got to get cut. Well, look how deep this grass has gotten. This is only, probably about the last week. See, it's probably grown about 4 inches. 4 inches in the last week. Okay, so I'm going to start pulling this deck off first, change the blade, change the oil, change the filter, remount the deck, get the deck leveled, and just give it just a fast test cut. That's all I'm going to do. Hi, Ode. As you see, this is Odin. He's the 4-dog. Yeah, we just love this guy. So you pull your pin, you can just leave the pin sitting on the floorboard, the footrest, and that'll be fine. Now what you do there is you just make sure those mounting rods are out of your way. Now I gotta take that deck drive belt bracket off. I think that's a 12. I think it's a 12. Oh, it's larger than a 12. Oh. 13. Now you can see, obviously, I'm just out here in the yard working on this. It'd be nice to have a heated, clean garage, the whole bit, but I don't have that. So you can do this work yourself right in your own yard. You don't need all that fancy equipment and stuff like that. All that stuff is nice, but it's not mandatory by any means. Do not lose this. There. Then your bracket just pops out. As you can see, there's where the bolt goes up through. Now this video is for those who have not done this sort of thing before. It's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, but there's going to be people out there who've never done this and they want the satisfaction of doing their own maintenance work on their own lawn equipment. That's what this video is about. So there's the bolt, and see how the pin on the end of this, there's a series of holes on the other side of the frame that this pin can go into, so you can move this bracket whatever direction, forward or backwards, that you feel you need. But that pin goes in, just a friction fit, and then the bolt holds the whole thing together. That up there. Now I can slide my bolt off the drive. Take the bolt off the drive pulley. And I'll show you what this jack is going to be for when I get to that stage. And then another thing you may have to end up doing, if you can see up in here, because when you start to pull this deck out, okay, these control arms, these levers here, these hangers, they're going to get snagged up on the frame of the... Okay. Camera went a little wonky. But these little hangers are going to get snagged up on your deck. So you just hold them up out of the way with a screwdriver. Okay. Then you got these hanger rods. Again, they pop free. You just slide them, let them swing back to the rear of the lawn tractor out of your way. Very simple. Now I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. Oh, I thought I had another screwdriver here. Okay, let that hang there. Thought I brought another screwdriver over with me. I guess I didn't. So, then once you get to that stage, now there's also a control cable down in here for your deck engagement, for blade engagement. Okay. You have to take that pin out. Now this part here can be kind of tricky. You just got to work at it. Cotter pin. Again, just drop it on the floorboard of the lawn tractor. Then take that cable. You gotta take it out of its home. Lay right down. You gotta lay. Don't be afraid to lay down in the grass. Then you unhook the spring from the deck. Again, it's just something you got to work at. You just got to work at it, but you will get it. Okay. Now, because I forgot to bring another screwdriver with me, I'm going to be back in a moment. I got to get another screwdriver so that hanger bracket, I can prop that up out of the way. Okay, so now I got the other hanger bracket propped up with a screwdriver. You just pull your deck out, just like that. And by removing the deck completely, it's an opportunity you can clean all that garbage off it. Okay, but first things first, I'm going to change the blade. Yeah, that's the one that got bent on me. My last cut of the year, she bent. I could just change one, but I'm going to change both. So I should put an edge on these new blades, but now I'm going to take the blades off this. This is where your impact wrench got to get the right size socket. Never remember the size for this. Twenty-four mil. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run this electric impact off my generator with a 10 amp cable. Okay. Doing this work, anything like this, safety glasses. Very important. But always remember, the best PPE you could ever have is this. Use your brain. Okay? So, you can just put your foot there. It's not going to cut your foot off. Don't worry about that. There's one. Just spin that back on just a little bit, just so I can get that free. There. Imagine trying to do that by hand, like with a ratchet, you'd never be able to do it. That sucker is on there. So just remember, if you run into a situation like that, don't keep trying to back it out. Go back and forth. Loosen, tighten, loosen, tighten. So essentially you're trying to walk it out. Actually, you know what? That can stay in there. Put that back there. Now this blade here is still good. So I'm going to keep that blade as an emergency spare, because I've done that before. Here are the new blades. Okay. These are my new blades. So I just want to point out to you, always look at the stamping. Look at your stamping. It'll tell you the orientation of the blade. Grass side. So this side is facing down towards the grass. That's how it's going to cut. If you put it in with where the grass side facing the deck, it'll never cut. It just won't do it. And then you're going to just chew up your blades. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do just a dry fit. did it go red? Replacement. Replacement. So now what I'm going to do is use my grinder and it's going to dress that cutting edge. Just dress it. Probably doesn't really need it, but I've been doing this for how many years? I have no idea. I do it every year. And on this, you don't need a heavy touch. You just got to go light. You're not grinding it down to nothing. You hold your blade properly. Get your grinder going. And my wife is there. Our dog is there. So don't want anybody to get hurt. So I'm going to face it this way. That's all you need. Just a little edge, just like that. That's all that's needed. Okay, that's all that's needed. And it's only one side you do. You don't do the other side. Okay? Just one side of the blade only. That's it. That's all you need to do. Now we go back, and before I continue, all that build up, let's break that out there. It should be pressure washing. But since now that we're off our well and onto town service, I don't have an outside hookup anymore. That was eliminated during the work that was done. That'll be another project. I don't know when, maybe another month or so. Yeah, there you can see I chewed up that nut there a little bit because it was just seized on there pretty good. So, again, just stand over here. Yeah. Lock it with your foot. That's all you got to do. So that is done. And then what you do next is just flip the deck back upright, clean off the top of the deck. Oil change. what this little hose is for. Down in here is your oil drain plug. That can get all built up with debris and stuff. Put the hose on. Get out. There we go. Spin that sucker free. And pull. And the oil will start coming out. Now, the other thing is, because you've got to get air to go in there, like the old pop bottle story. Loosen off your oil filler cap. That's what this jack is for. You can see the tractor's not sitting in a good way to drain oil. So I'm just going to jack it up. There, just let that sit, let it drain. So while that's draining, I can go ahead and change the oil filter. Now if I have my pressure washer set up, like I said, I got to get the outside service hooked up. I would have pressure washed all this as well, just to give it a good cleaning. So make sure you clean off any debris around your filter before you remove it. And Amazon, once again, Amazon special. I got 3 filters. Oh, I don't know what I paid for them, maybe $50 for 3 of them. A lot cheaper than buying a new lawn tractor. Take a little bit of oil, put it on the O-ring, the sealer ring. And screw her back in. Snug it up. Now you will get a little bit of oil spilling there. That's not a big deal. So as soon as that's done draining, then I'll add my oil. Air filter. Oh boy. Yeah. Whew. Boy, that's looking good. Man. So, air compressor time. I'm gonna take that sleeve off, blow it all out with my air compressor. I just blew this out, took the sleeve off, hit it with the air compressor, hit the cartridge this way with the air compressor. You go this way, you're going to force all those particles, contaminants, deeper into the filter. Go this way. Okay. Filter goes back in. Just push in, cover back on. Okay, let's go see how the oil is draining. Now, remove the hose, shut off the drain. There. Okay, now, oil. Yeah, that oil, my filter actually, because of the pan, it's got water in it. I've got another clean filter here. I'm going to go get that. Okay, so this is the oil that I'm going to be using. Castro GTX 10W30. This was almost $40. Can you imagine that? $40 for this. But that's that bullshit carbon tax that is actually a tax on everything. Everything. You know, food, because you think about it, it takes fuel to grow food, it takes fuel to process it, takes fuel to deliver it to the store, it takes fuel for you to drive to the store to buy it. Carbon tax is a tax on everything. It's so bad, if you even so much as fart in this country, you got to pay a tax on it. And actually, that's not so far-fetched, because now they're going on about cows farting. It creates up, you know, carbon in the air, for crying out loud. That's my rant. Anyhow, I'm going to do this. I was thinking about putting this over to a synthetic fuel or synthetic oil, but oh man, synthetic for this at this size, yeah, it's probably about 60 bucks. Now, in fact, the other day, my wife and I were out shopping, and she said, and I love bologna sandwiches. I love bologna sandwiches. She said, oh, do you want to get a package of bologna? And I said, yeah, sure. So I went to get the package of bologna, almost $7 for, I think it was Schneider's, or Maple Leaf. Schneider's? Yeah, I think it was Schneider's. For a little package of bologna like this, like $7. Oh, come on. So I turned and I said to my beautiful angel, nope, I'm not paying $7 for a package of bologna. That's bullshit. So we just add our oil. Won't take a whole lot. Hi, Odes. Keeping an eye on things, make sure it's done right, eh? Now I could change the fuel filter on this, but I haven't done that. I don't think I need to. This thing about new oils, practically invisible. Yeah, I think I'd probably go a bit more. Again, this video is just for those who have never done this sort of thing before. But and you're going to save money. You will save money because you don't have to go to a mechanic to do this. You know, some things you might think, well, I just don't feel like doing that anymore, and get to a certain age, you know. Hey, that's your choice. That is strictly up to you. I know one thing, I'm at the age, I just don't like doing oil changes on cars anymore. I just rather pay somebody else to do it for me. Go down to the garage and have it done. And that might be enough for now. So now I'm going to put the deck back on. But I'm going to just do that off camera. It's going to take a bit longer to put the deck on than what it did to take it off. Okay, so that's going to be done off camera. Okay, so I got oil changed the deck blades, sharpen them, put them on. So now I'm just going to give it just a quick little test run. At another time, I'm going to level out the deck. The weather's starting to change on us again. So I'm just going to do a quick little test run here. Another thing I recommend, when you put your equipment away for the season, you got a couple options. You can drain the gas out and then burn that gas maybe in your car or whatever you need to do. I don't do that. I add fuel stabilizer. Sta-Bil or the Canadian Tire brand, Motomaster, Mastercraft, whatever it is, and it works. It works just fine. And I got to put everything away. Just quickly, just very, very quickly. I mentioned to you about my wife. This is a true story. I swear, I am not making this up. I used to work with her sister. This was before my beautiful angel and I had met. So her sister and I are working away, and we had a few minutes just to chit-chat. I don't know how we even got on the subject, but I mentioned that I love bologna sandwiches. And my sister-in-law, had mentioned to me about her sister. I said, oh yeah, okay. So we got talking about sandwiches. I mentioned I love bologna sandwiches. And just offhandedly, I said to Carolyn, you think that sister of yours would make me a bologna sandwich? Carolyn, oh, I don't know. I'll ask her. So I go on home, and the next day I come into work, sitting right there, complete lunch, bologna sandwich, can of pop, cookies, a bag of chips, those little glittery things, you know, glitter. That was in an envelope, and inside the envelope was a card from my beautiful angel and me. I still have that card. It's been over 13 years now. We started dating, and we eventually got married. We do everything together. Everything. All that because I asked for 100%. And I truly, truly love my beautiful angel.